What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Happy to have you back. Hope you enjoy this video. I'm going to keep it straight to the point as much as I can. We are looking at my RC four-wheel drive TF2 Marlin Crawler Edition truck. I'm just going to go over the way my truck is currently. This is not right, it's not wrong. This is my preference. I'm enjoying it right now. There's some things I'm going to change. But for now, I wanted to show you where it was at. And all the videos you've seen of this running lately, the 3 last videos I posted of this running, everything from going slow to being in a comp, was this exact same setup. So, what is in here? Inside this box is a Castle 10 amp BEC. The BEC has a bypass plug that sends 7.4 volts from that BEC to my servo. So my servo gets 7.4 volts. The rest of the radio system, the receiver, as well as my light kit that I have, all runs off the internal BEC from the Hobbywing Axe ESC. Yes, this is a Hobbywing Axe ESC. Now, you see this ESC that's sitting here, maybe wondering what it's for. This is nothing more than my winch controller. I took the factory ESC that came with the RC four-wheel drive Marlin Crawler and just converted it to nothing more than a winch controller. So that's what I use it for. It was essentially a free winch controller for me. So as we move from this department, the battery, as you can tell, it's 3000 mAh, 3S, 40C. I use this pack in every single rig I have. My son uses this pack. My 7-year-old has this exact same pack for his Axio SCX-10 too. So we use the heck out of these. My wife has them for her rig. I have them for all mine. They're great packs. I love them. As we move up, since I'm running the Hobbywing Axe ESC, I have zero option but to run their motor as well. This is a 2300 kV Axe motor. As we continue to move up, Reef's RC4WD servo running on 7.4 volts. Now, as we look at the truck itself, one modification, and I've talked about AandMgarage before, from the top side that does make a difference, is the transmission, the transfer case mount. As you can see, there's very little rise from this black plate that is the main battery tray to this transfer case mount tray. And what that did was flip the transfer case mount up, the transfer case itself upside down, and raise the actual transfer case by doing so. One tip I do have, your light electronics. I've been using these command strips for years on my RC cars for receivers, lightweight things. Now I'm kind of pushing it with this Axe, but to be truthful with you, the interior I have pushes this down and lines up perfect. The Axe can't go anywhere. Same way with this. So it's just a quick way for me. I can actually attach the components to the chassis and it holds them in place and does a phenomenal job while I'm using it. And I've not had water give me any issues with them. So just for, if you want to use that as something to attach some receivers or something like that, this stuff works amazing. Now, I have just a $30 Warn winch up front. It's an RC four-wheel drive, 9.5. It's a real one. It's not a knockoff. Now, as we look at the front of this, you can see how my motor actually sits lower than the servo. The top of the servo. I have lowered the motor. If you're unfamiliar with the motor drop, or often called clocking the motor, you can find information now on YouTube about it, or just ask me and I can give you all the details you need. To do it though, you need to basically trim the upper portion of the motor mount. So the very corner here, you'll notice I only have 3 screws. It's missing that second rod on the top that connect the motor plate to the motor mount itself. So you remove that, and then originally the cross member, you see where the screws are for the servo, that cross member used to go the whole way across. You just cut that cross member off. Now with this particular axe motor, it's so small that I didn't have to do anything with the front brace. Some motors, depending on what you're running, some you may have to cut the front brace as well. Just make sure you have an aluminum. If you have to cut, when the brace I'm talking about, if you have to cut this one, make sure you have an aluminum brace up front. This one is aluminum. It's one of the upgrades that the Marlin crawler comes with over a standard TF2. But do not cut this if you just have the plastic one up front. You won't be a happy camper more than likely. So that is the top of the truck. Now we'll flip it over. Of course, we can see the Reef's 444 servo. That's what I have powering the steering. And I absolutely love the Reef servos. Also, all the electronics you're seeing from the Fly Sky receiver that I showed you in the back to the Hobbywing Axe ESC, the Reef's 444, the actual Helios RC battery pack I showed you, as well as the ESC that essentially is my winch controller. It came with the truck, but it is essentially just a Hobbywing. It's like a 1040 or a 1060. All that stuff you can get from Dixieland RC. So everything I've showed you electronics-wise that is running this truck, minus the 10 amp BEC from Castle. That's the only thing currently you can't get from there, but everything powering this truck is available from Dixieland RC. And also, while we're on Dixieland RC, the wheels and tires you can purchase that I'm running from Dixieland RC. I am running the Boom Hustlers. They are class 1s. They're 4.19s. They have two different compounds you can get these in. I am currently running the softest compound in the front, which I believe, if I remember correctly, they're the ultra soft. And then the rears, I'm running the super soft. So they're slightly firmer than the fronts. The foams are the same from what I can tell inside the tires themselves. And the foams do take some time to wear in. The wheels I'm running are Boom Racing crate wheels. The difference between these and some of the Amazon cheaper knockoffs and even the Booms is the Booms have center caps. Most of the ones I found looking around just to compare things do not have center caps. The Boom center caps screw on. They are threaded, so they screw into the center. Now these wheels do not have removable hubs. The hubs are machined in. The screws you see going around the hubs do come on and off, but they're for looks only. The newer version of these wheels will have, or the new style, they're not this exact style or something else, they do have removable hubs and are interchangeable with other manufacturers. I'm also running the Boom 8mm offsets. All four corners. That literally puts the center of my tire in line with the outer edge of my fenders on the Yoda body. So that makes this truck class 1 legal. Also, the bumper goes, which this is a factory Marlin bumper, it makes it class 1 legal as well. So the truck is class 1 legal. You notice my steering linkage is up front. The Marlin originally had the steering links going in the back. I like this feature, however, the steering link was quite weak. On top of that, whenever you drop the motor down, if you can see, now that we got this on the other side, and I know the black behind me isn't helping things. There. As you can see, the motor dropping down to where it is somewhat interfering with the steering linkage that used to be behind there. Since that happened, I had no choice but to move the steering linkage up front. Also, a straight steering link will not work because you hit the pumpkin. So I had DLinks, look them up online. DLinks custom bent me a steering link. They also custom made me a link to go from the servo to the hub, to the steering knuckle. So, and as you can tell, I have a little bit of room there, but she is tight. So, it works flawlessly. And that linkage will take quite a beating. A lot of people think brass is this really soft, really brittle. It's not. It takes a beating. Brass is actually stronger in a lot of applications than aluminum is, depending on the grade of aluminum. Also, with that being said, it literally does take a beating. So brass isn't something that it machines extremely easy. It machines like butter. That's why people think that it's a soft material, but it's not. Of course, we have the AandMgarage skid plate. We also have the AandMgarage sliders. So as you can tell, they're taking a beating, and I don't have any dents in them. I've been pounding it, I've been beating it, and no dents whatsoever. Of course, we have the front AandMgarage shackle reversal kit, and that is absolutely, it's my favorite thing. I absolutely love the AandMgarage stuff on this truck. So I don't think I'd be happy with this truck without that stuff. So also we have the Super Shafty MIP made for AandMgarage kit drive shafts on this. I've been beating on this truck. I have not had any problems at all with these drive shafts. They've been spinning on rocks. They've just been taking a beating. So, you know, I'm super happy with them. And they have a lifetime warranty on them because they are the bomb-proof edition. So, also with that being said, the actual transfer case does raise up whenever you do this kit. Whenever you do this skid plate, everything raises itself up. So these drive lines are 100% necessary to make this work reliably. The old drive lines, they went together, but a simple jerk on the suspension would actually make the drive lines separate. So this is my overview for my RC4 drive rig as it sits. Currently, this gearing in them is the factory, shimmed up. I have not busted anything. I had brush systems on this. I had the revolver on this, the Holmes Hobbies 1800 kV standard size revolver. I also had a Castle Slate motor in this, and I have not babied it. I think I'm going to nickname this truck White Knuckles because it don't get babied. I don't play nicely with it. I like to see it work, and I love it when it works. The transmission, if you wonder why it looks so new, it actually is new. I have two transmissions for this truck. I'm one that I like to keep things original. If I'd ever go to make this, say I want to just make this a show truck or something like that, I can put the transmission back in it that puts the motor back up here, and everything's back to factory. I have a new cross brace for the chassis. That's just who I am. I like to have things, so I bought a transmission just to do the motor drop. And that's just my own personal preference. That's my own thing that if I'm cutting something up, I like to have new, so that if I ever want to put it back the way it was, it's literally like the day it came out of the factory. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, all that hoodla stuff. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to ask me. I've been testing, and I've been running it, and I've been doing everything I can with it. So, let me know. Have yourself a terrific day. Get out. Get the kids outside. It's cold out right now, at least where I'm at. So if it is cold out, whenever it gets nice out, get them outside. Get them running RC stuff. Get yourself outside. Get running RC stuff. Enjoy the hobby. That's what it's there for. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.